Hi there, my name is Dawn Devine and welcome to my studio. This is another installment of my 31-day belly dance makeup vlogging challenge. I've also taken on a second challenge, the Every Day is Gig Day challenge that's happening over on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to know more about the Every Day is Gig Day challenge, just search for that hashtag Every Day is Gig Day and you'll find a list of challenges. Today's is vintage. I'm going to attempt to recreate or give the impression of one of my style icons, Sophia Loren, from the late 50s, early 60s era when she was rocking a really fat, thick, but short wing. Give the impression that her eyes were less round and more almond shaped. She was so successful at creating this illusion of a long, elongated, almond-shaped eye that in the media she was called the tiger-eyed vixen. So I also have very round eyes. Maybe not. I don't know. My eyes look nothing like Sophia Loren's. That's all I know. Anyways, I'm going to attempt to do her beautiful eyeliner. So I'm going to go do that and I'll be back in a bit. And I'm back with my look for today. Again, the challenge was a vintage vixen, and here I am with a Sophia Loren inspired liner treatment. Now, one of the things that Sophia Loren would do to emphasize her eyes was to create a very almost a parallelogram where it came up, went straight across, and came down and went straight across. And this was designed to elongate her eyes. Now, I have a bit of a cold. I'm not doing the best job on the planet, so forgive me. I'm here. I'm glad to be here. Here's my completed look. Again, this is inspired by Sophia Loren, late 1950s, early 1960s for my vintage vixen look for the Every Day is Gig Day challenge. If I were going to go out and perform, I would modernize this look a little bit with a much more intense blush and a much more intense highlight. I'm actually not wearing a highlight today, and the blush is quite subtle. That was the style. And okay, don't drop things. Let's make sure it's not broken. Okay. So I'm recovering from a cold, and you can hear that my cold medicine is wearing off. And so I must admit, on a good day, I can get a pretty good eyeliner. On a bad day, not so much. So if I'm not going to come in very close today because, man, this is just not, I'm not ready for my close-up. But let me tell you what's on my eyes. So I started off today with a gold sort of eye pencil here. This is from LA Girls, and I use this as my base. I always like to use a cream base when I perform, and so I treated this as if I were going out for a gig. And then across the top, I use the LA Girls Pro Primer in a flesh color. Wow, that's dirty. Put that away. On my eyebrows today, I still have this BH Cosmetics $5 eyebrow pencil with the spoolie on the end. That's what's in my eyebrows. And on for my powder shadows, I used a combination of the BH Cosmetics Modern Mattes and Foil Eyes. And so I was going for a peachy brown look today, which is very typical of the kinds of looks Sophia Loren wore back in the day. And I stole a few of her tricks. One of them is to extend her eyeliner all the way down. Now, she would often connect it, and I really can't do that because my eyes are quite a bit smaller than Sophia Loren's eyes. So I started there and I drew all the way up to the center of my pupil, and then I went straight across, and then I zoomed down to connect at the corner of my eye and come across. And I filled that all in. Now, because my eyes are hooded, because they are quite deep set, the shape, although it looks like a triangle, is actually more like a parallelogram. But once everything settles and falls into its folds, those resemble a triangle. I did this eyeliner in 3 stages. I started off with a liquid eyeliner with a long point. This is from, oh my gosh, I don't know, Essence. So this is from Essence, and I used this to map out my line. Now this is not that opaque, and so it looks a little bit more gray on the skin because it isn't highly pigmented, but it is waterproof, and if you do a few coats you can get it built up to black. But I really took advantage of that lightness of this product in order to map out the eye look. Then I went in with a small brush and a gel liner, and I used that to really fill it in. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner. And of course, on my upper waterline and my lower part of my lower waterline, I used the Physicians Formula Glimmer Stick in sort of a sparkly black. Pardon me, did I mention I'm recovering from a cold? On my cheeks, I pulled a peachy color from this Makeup Revolution palette, and I kept it very subtle and to the back. Of course, if I was performing, I would amp up my cheeks and put on some highlighter, but for this challenge, I'm keeping it very retro, early 60s. And then last but not least, I have my lipstick, which is a more of a deep sort of burgundy color. Sophia Loren had lovely olive tone skin to go with her golden brown eyes, and she wore a lot of really warm colored lipsticks. I am a pale pink girl, and so I tend to go more berry. So today I'm using quite a spendy lipstick, but I gotta use it up. I'm using a Bite Beauty lipstick, and this came as part of a Christmas set that I got for Christmas. It was the darkest sort of berry colored I had, and I put that over a Ulta automatic lip liner, and Ulta lip liners are actually pretty good and very competitively priced with other drugstore brands. So although you might say, well, it's Ulta, it's not really a drugstore brand, it's in that price range, and so it's very good. And that was my look today. So I'm gonna lean in a little bit, but not all the way, because I'm telling you, this isn't pretty. Oh, one last thing is I used these same eyelashes I was wearing yesterday. These can't really see, they're here, but these are number 13 from Daiso. Somebody messaged me and asked me which one, and they're really short. They're only on the outside. They go from here to out here, and when I put them on, I took them straight out, so they don't actually follow my eye line. They instead start at the top, right at the top of the pupil, and they kind of wing out slightly lower than the drawn wing. So when they're open, you can see when they're closed. Anyways, so I'm really under the weather, and I'm hanging in there, guys. You know, when you take on a challenge and you're trying to do your best to make sure every day is a great day, sometimes you're a little low energy. I don't know how close to Sophia Loren I got today. I'm gonna have to check out some pictures and see. I didn't actually have a reference picture here. What was I thinking? And I'm definitely going to take this look and do it again in a more stage-worthy sort of way. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate your support and for checking out my video. If you like this video and want to see more, please subscribe. There's more to come. If you are seeing this one as your first one, check out the playlist linked below, and you can see the whole arc of videos. Tomorrow I'm going to do another look, so hopefully you can see me then. Have a good one.